Welcome, friends, to another episode of The Messenger Presents a VGM Journey. And I'm your host, The Messenger. And the track that is coming into today's episode is World 1 from the game Treasure Master and composed by Follin. Man, that is such a jam to start the episode off with. And don't worry, the rest of these tracks, they're going to be quite the jam too. But I am, however, going to slow it down a bit with this next one. And some of you guys are going to totally roll your eyes at this. But I am going to play something from Call of Duty Black Ops 3. The name of the track is Ignition, which is also known as the multiplayer menu music. And it was composed by Brian Tuey. That track that we just listened to, that was Ignition from the game Call of Duty Black Ops 3, and it was composed by Brian Tuey. I really do understand people's frustrations with those games where they constantly come out year after year. And the quality of those games, they've been all over the place. But I do have to say, the last couple Call of Duties. They kind of been going for a back to basics kind of idea, and I really think it's been working out so far. I've definitely been enjoying the new Call of Duty that just came out, Modern Warfare. I think it's pretty good, and even some of the music on that is pretty good. But moving on, I recently got the game A Hat in Time for the Switch, and I'm having a bit of a good time with it. Kind of reminds me of a modern time, like a modern version of Super Mario 64, and I want to play something from that game. So here's a neat little track called Welcome to Mafia Town. It's from the game A Hat in Time, and it was composed by Pascal Michael Stiefel. That charming little track that we just listened to, that was Welcome to Mafia Town from the game A Hat in Time, and it was composed by Pascal Michael Stiefel. Man, if you thought that was pretty good, definitely get a load of this next track. I even kind of hesitated a little bit if I wanted to play this on the show. So I've been quote unquote saving myself from playing this guy. I had to. I had to play a Mick Gordon track. And there was a lot to pick from, but I decided to pick something from Killer Instinct Season 2, and the track is Temperance and Vengeance, which is also known as Maya's theme. Man, you guys are going to love this. And also, heads up, it's a pretty lengthy one too, so sit back, relax, and let the music take you on a journey. That absolute banger of a track, that was Temperance and Vengeance from the game Killer Instinct Season 2, and it was composed by Mick Gordon. So last week I asked you guys if there was any tracks that you heard on any podcast that you kept listening to it over and over again. It was just stuck in your head all the time. And I only got one response for that, which was a little disappointing, but that's all right. And I got an email from Bedroth. He says, "Dude, absolute bangers this episode. The Messenger's great top to bottom. Bowser's Kingdom has my favorite music in all of Odyssey. Can You Feel the Sunshine always gets me moving. And Take Control totally blew my hair back." I think for me, what you mentioned about hearing a track on a podcast that I couldn't get out of my head and had on repeat for days made me think of this one I first heard on Forever Sound version, but have since heard on Retro Game Audio and actually got played on both BG Mania and the Super Marcato Brothers. It's a Metal Beat from Metal Masters on the Game Boy by Alberto Jose Gonzalez, one of my top 10 VGM tracks for pure danceable enjoyment. Well, you heard the man. That sounds like a request in that. And I'm going to play that track next. So, from the game Metal Masters, this is Metal Beat, composed by Alberto Jose Gonzalez. That pretty awesome track that we just heard, that was Metal Beats from the game Metal Masters, and it was composed by Alberto Jose Gonzalez. That's just gonna about do it for today's show. And if you liked what you heard, or if you want to recommend it to anybody, you could definitely check this show out on Google Podcasts, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts, or maybe some other random podcast providers too. But definitely check the show out. And if you like the show, give me a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts. It'll definitely help me get the show to even more people. And I guess we're going to end things on another request, this time from Carly Selesky. And this track is City Trial from the game Kirby Air Ride, and it was composed by Jun Ishikawa. Have a good week, everyone.